These vulnerabilities are new to security teams. Vulnerabilities keep coming. In last 2 weeks, there have been 2 high severity vulnerabilities that were found in Linux. Not by Mythos like LLM, but by researchers. They found 2 critical vulnerabilities. Right? We have had log4j kind of vulnerabilities. So vulnerabilities keep coming. But what is going to change is the speed and the volume. So what Mythos is doing, it will be able to find vulnerabilities and build exploit at 1000x speed of what a human can do. Probably 10,000x speed of what humans can do. So they have surpassed our intelligence in reviewing our code and finding vulnerabilities. And with that, what will happen is that our process of addressing any vulnerability is gone for a toss. If a vulnerability comes, talk to the OEM, wait for the patch, apply the patch. That process will be gone. You can't wait for patching to secure your systems. So the change in the life of a CISO will be that if there is a vulnerability, don't ask for patching, because that is ineffective, because you will get a patch in 1 week, maybe 24 hours. In 24 hours, your systems are already compromised. You're done, right? Because the speed of exploit is also going to be humongous, right? And so how do you deal with that, right? How do you deal with that new normal that is going to happen? So see, the way we set up our systems is something like this. We set up a data center, set up LAN, buy PCs, install application. The moment applications are there is data on the endpoint device. You have a OS, you have application, you have data. Now all the problem starts. You need a DLP agent, you need a EDR solution, you need a ZTNA solution, you need asset management, backup restore, because now that PC need management because you have asset sitting there. And more importantly, that's your weakest link in the security. Or most of the threats will start from that PC itself. That's where the whole management starts and the whole patching across distributed endpoints, right? So one of the large defense customer said that our patching lag from since the day Microsoft released their patch on every Tuesday is 45 days. That means they are vulnerable for 45 days by the time Microsoft has released the next cycle of the patches, right? So managing distributed endpoints is always has been pain, and with AI-based threats, there is just no point in securing these endpoints because you just cannot, right? And on top of that, all the tools that we are putting on these devices are ineffective against the sophisticated attacks, right? So your patching time is gone. You can't rely on patching. You already have a lot of lags in patching. You put a DLP agent, works for Windows 10 version ABCD, does not work for Windows 10 version XYZ. There are certain misses in the DLP, right? On Windows 11, it has a different behavior. On Mac, 30% of functionality is not even supported, officially not supported, right? Linux, don't even talk about it, right? So you have inconsistent enforcement of security policies, right, of all of these tools, right? And look at the SSEs, right? So SSEs came with this promise, you deploy SSE, all of your cybersecurity problems are solved. We are a single agent to solve all your security problems. We'll do internet security, we'll do DLP, we'll do private access, we'll do RBI. All SSE solutions, all of them. You give the solution, you can take any data out of those solutions, any data, right? The example is in the next slide. This is a site created by a gentleman, now acquired by Zscaler. They built this website with free tools and officially documented on their website that they tested this website through Zscaler, Palo Alto, Netscope, and they could exfiltrate whatever data they want. Whatever data they want, they could exfiltrate. Free tools. On top of that, they have paid tools. That means if at all, let's say these SSE vendors can block the technologies used by the free tool, they have paid tools as well. You could actually pay money and buy that tool. And it is a website. It's not a tool to be installed on the endpoint device. And simple concept is you encode the data using just JavaScript so many number of times that the SSE, the network DLP based solution, can't even read and understand what is this data. They can't classify the data at runtime because they are doing the whole processing on cloud in real time. So they can't do, or they can't go beyond certain extent of decoding that data, right? So it's very possible, very simple to exfiltrate any data through any network DLP solution. And then you have, of course, AI-associated zero-day attacks. And like I mentioned that DigiCert, how did they got compromised? They use CrowdStrike as EDR. And the attackers First of all, they were already present on their machines. And then they tried testing their machines. Which machine has got lower security level set for CrowdStrike? And they attacked that machine when they found a machine where the CrowdStrike security level was set to low for whatever reason. Probably somebody was doing a troubleshooting on that device. They had set the level to low, they forgot about it, and that day the attackers attacked. And they compromised DocuSign. Imagine the party which is generating all our digital certificates is compromised right now. We had to run around and said, because we use DocuSign for our source code binary certificates, right? If our certificate is compromised, anybody in the world can sign any malware, sign with ECOP certificate and distribute it, and all the EDRs, all the antivirus solution will allow that file to run because it is signed by ECOP certificate. It's that ugly compromise. And this happened because even though there was endpoint agent sitting there. So none of these tools assure 100% security all the time.